I love it. A 20% dividend, so to speak, for the money that we're saving by going after the waste and fraud and abuse. If it's 20%, would give back a lot of money to the taxpayer. And also would give an incentive for the taxpayer to go out and report things to us where we could save money.
That's President Trump backing the idea of a DOGE dividend that could send $5,000 checks to American taxpayers, funded by the money saved from the federal government by DOGE. Here to make the case is the man who first pitched the proposal, Azoria CEO James Fishback. James, thanks so much for being here. You were on Capitol Hill Thursday meeting with Senate Republicans to go over this plan. Tell us about the details.
Hi, Maria. The plan, I'm honored to have the president's support, but the plan is very simple. DOGE is going to save X amount of money over the next couple of years. Let's take 20% of that and send it right back to the hardworking taxpayers who sent it to D.C. in the first place. So my meetings on Capitol Hill on Thursday were great. Met with Senator Justice, Senator Lankford, spoke with the chiefs of staff luncheon, and really getting good feedback and overwhelming positive support for this bold plan to really pay restitution to the taxpayer for all of the shenanigans that DOGE has exposed. And then second, as the president said on Air Force One, to incentivize American taxpayers to report wasteful spending that they are seeing. That's how we build on this fiscal responsibility movement under President Trump's leadership.
Well, my pushback would be, look, the whole point of this exercise is to cut down our deficit and debts. So if the priority is to cut out wasteful spending so that we could focus on the debt, shouldn't we just prioritize all of that money toward deficits and debt?
When we're $36 trillion in debt, we've dug ourselves a pretty deep hole. So we need to address that first.
We need to turn what DOGE is identifying into real spending reductions. We need to actually reduce the deficit, if not balance the budget, before we start paying out dividend checks.
I care about the $36 trillion in debt, too. And I think that's why under our proposal, and the president has suggested this as well, that 80% of it would go to narrowing the deficit and paying down the debt. But remember, Maria, the #1 holder of our national debt is the American taxpayer. They sent their money to D.C. to be spent responsibly and wisely. It turns out, as DOGE is exposed, it wasn't. They are overdue for a refund. And so if you think about incentivizing the taxpayer in the long term, we have to get them on board. And what better way to tackle the debt long term than to deputize 100 million Americans to report waste, fraud, and abuse that they are seeing from the federal government, and then report it to DOGE. Why? Because the more that DOGE saves, Maria, the bigger the DOGE dividend check will be. In economics, as you know, show me the incentive and I will show you the outcome. We are giving every American the incentive to call out waste, fraud, and abuse, and the outcome is less waste, fraud, and abuse, a smaller budget, a narrower deficit, and a much more manageable national debt picture.
Yeah, but we saw stimulus checks go out during COVID or after the pandemic, and what happened? It caused inflation. We saw the consumer price index go to 40-year highs. So how worried are you that sending money out to taxpayers is going to trigger inflation once again?
You're right, Maria, and we are still recovering from the Biden-Harris inflation, the worst in 40 years. And as I'm sure you can appreciate the nuance here, the situation is a little bit different. Here's why. Think about the macro backdrop when those checks went out in 2021. We had a supply chain crisis. We had a labor shortage. We had all sorts of dislocations in the economy, not to mention the fact that the Fed was printing $100 billion a month and rates were at zero. The macro backdrop today is very, very different. Drill, baby, drill means lower energy prices, deregulation, fiscal spending actually being reined in. So the backdrop is very, very different. And then polling data suggests that 70% of Americans who would receive a DOGE dividend check like this would actually use it to pay down debt of their own, much of which they took on just to keep their head above water during the Biden-Harris regime. And so if you pay down debt with a check like this, that's not inflationary, that's actually deflationary. And so I trust the American people. They sent this money to D.C. just a couple years ago. They're getting it back as a refund. The macro backdrop has changed. And so I don't have the inflationary concerns, which I did have, by the way, back in 2021, and I called out the Biden-Harris administration then. That was reckless policy. This is sound policy, and I'm honored that President Trump supports it.
Okay. That's a great answer for that. James, it's good to see you. Thanks very much. We'll be watching your work.